Oh dear, this isn't a good start. It looks like I definitely am too old. I'm 70 this year, but they say age is just a state of mind, which is a relief as my mind still thinks I'm 15. Sadly, my mind and body disagree. My body thinks I'm 90. So there's the conflict. Am I too old to ride this big fat Africa twin in the bush? My mind says yes and my body says no. So today's little ride is just to find out who's going to win, mind or body. It's early in the ride and I'm in trouble already. The last time I came through here, it was easy. Today, it doesn't look as though it's going to be. So, please block your ears to all the panting that's going to come. I decided a rut was the safest option. But, I've cased it. Am I going to get out of this or not? Fortunately, the back wheel digs me out. Well, that's a relief. I'm not going to die yet. Although all the panting might suggest otherwise. This is definitely rougher than I remember. But dirt roads, like Forrest Gump says, are like a box of chocolates. You just don't know what you're going to get. I'm already thinking maybe I should have taken the main forest road rather than this little diversion. Up onto the main forest road, nice and smooth. In the good old days of riding trail bikes, I thought nothing of riding off into the Wadigans on my own and tackling difficult single trails, miles from home and wearing jeans and gumboots for protection. No mobile phones or in-reach devices then, even if I could afford them. Yes, it's always good to stop now and then and check the bike. I think I've been carrying that stick for quite a while. Anyway, no harm done. Back on topic. In those good old days, I didn't die. Although a broken foot convinced me to invest in a proper set of bike boots. No one wore armour back then. Admittedly, the bikes of the day only weighed 100 kilos, unless you were silly enough to ride a four-stroke. So lugging the bike around wasn't an issue. And it was common practice to throw the bike away at the first sign of difficulty. No damage done, and the bikes were cheap back in the 70s.
Well, this is where I left off last week, at the bridge. This time I'm going to keep going all the way to Lagona and do a loop round through Murray's Run and back home through Martinsville. So it's been a bit muddy and I've had a bit of a heart starter already, but I think it's fairly nice and smooth from here on, so let's see how it goes.
Before we leave, let's just check under the bridge for trolls.
Ah, yes, I don't know whether you can see it yet, but there's some old convict working stones under the bridge there. Now let's see if I can get across there without dying. There we go. Still sitting here, perfect. You can see the hand markings, the hand cuttings, and look at how perfect each of those fit together. I'm getting quite a good deal of grip on the back tyre, even though it's got that solid centre. However, the front, in anything slippery, is not good. I don't know whether you can see that or not, but I'm just trying to send a I'm okay message, and I'm in this amount of tree cover, and the Garmin's not finding a signal. So that just proves that you can't completely rely on a Garmin. Sometimes you'll just have to die.
So, back on the topic of being too old. Fast forward to today and my knees are weak from age, not excitement, and my strength is failing. The bike is 2.5 times heavier than my trail bikes and about 5 times more powerful.
Nearly got him.
My body now tells me to be careful, not carefree. It seems I don't bounce like I used to. And my brain says, don't drop the bike, it'll be too expensive to fix. So there's a real risk of injury as I hold on till the very end in order to save the bike. Is it time to give in and spend the short rest of my life sitting in a recliner watching reality TV in order to be safe? My 15-year-old brain rebels against that safe option. So today, it wins over my body and sees me riding in my backyard again. I'm coming up to the main Wollombi Road and I should be turning left to follow my route, but I'm just going to turn right and go into the Lagona shop and have a drink.
Good morning. I think I'll just have a ginger beer.
That's all. Someone forgot to bring his wallet, but
no problem, next time.
thank you, ladies. Mate, that means I'll have to come back now. Thank you.
See you.
How good is that? I forgot my wallet and I was going to put it back, but they insisted that I take the drink and just pay next time. So I think the Friday morning ride to Jerry's, I'll divert and come this way and pay them their money back. With a big thank you as well. That's the sort of service you like in the country. From Lagona, it's only a few kilometres down the road and we turn left onto Murray's Run Road and back into the forest. If you keep following this road, you come to Culnura and the famous Jerry's Cafe. Let's get back on topic. My brain's certainly won out today as I'm out here in the bush. But my body's won a couple of compromises. I'm carrying a mobile phone, which is pretty useless up here, and a Garmin InReach, which has proved to be sort of useful, so long as I'm not in dense bush and trapped under my bike. I've even got a sat nav so I don't get lost, and I'm carrying my bike lift in the tail bag, so I'm potentially far safer than back in the old days. I hear you all screaming, "You should be riding a smaller, lighter bike, you idiot." But I love this big beast that I bought mainly for touring on, and there's no room in the garage for yet another bike. And they say never ride alone, which is fine for people who have friends, but my few friends only ride on sealed roads. So, bugger it. What's the worst that can happen? Dying out here seems a more appealing option than living safe at home in a recliner, feeling my brain rot while watching reality TV. Well, here's where my plans changed. Turns out that one of the forest roads now has private property smack in the middle of it and you can't get back into the forest. So I had to turn around and go back through Yarramalong and a fair bit of bitumen road before I hit the forest again and came over the Wattigans and back into Cooranbong and home. Anyway, today I'm being careful and taking calculated risks while having fun remembering the good old days when the smell of two-stroke was in the air and I was young and reckless.